Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mike with Ace Cafe Bikes. Today we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna pretend that this is alive, and we're gonna go uncut today. Do a little bit of a walk around, talk about the bikes we have, do a little bit of appreciation to the new subscribers that we have recently, and then talk a little bit about the history of where we've come from. So we got a bike out in the garage, out of the garage, I should say, out on the driveway, to do little glamour shots. So let's dive in. There we have on the lift a 1980 Honda Hawk. This is Chase's bike. It's been pushed aside for a little while due to his lack of interest. I think he's kind of got the fire again. So we've got that back on the lift and we're gonna try to finish that. Obviously, lots of parts missing. Don't worry. They're over here in that mess somewhere. So doing this uncut, doing the old camera flip and flop, that's gonna kind of stink. And then for heading out to the drive, we need some shades and we need a prop. So we'll work our way out here, do a little spin. This is number 2. There we go. Hopefully I'll be in the shot. 1979 Yamaha XS750. Still got all the dirt, the bugs, everything on her from when we picked her up in December. This was a lot of fun. We didn't do a lot to this. We changed the battery, tried to start it. This is the key, as a matter of fact. I like doing the kick starting, but this, you just push in there and then you just slightly hit it on the case and she'll start right up. But I don't know. Like I said, we're doing the Italian tune-up on this one. She's not spurting and sputtering anymore. She has a lot of life to give, so to speak. 8,300 miles since 79. That's not very many. So we're gonna change that. We had to take off. It had a back seat here. This is just loose from taking that off because when we flip the seat up, it hits that. So move that out of the road, then you get in here and you can do your work. That's that. So the real question is, what do we do with this? Do we get it running really nice and move it on? Or do we chop this puppy up and make it another cafe racer? I'll show you why I'm thinking that. Now, some of you may think, yeah, this looks like a very fine example, only 8,300 miles. Yeah, it is. It's got some scuffs and bings and bangs, but the exhaust, she's starting to get a bit roached on both sides. Turn signals in the back, pretty rough. The steering on this guy, we hop on here. I don't know you can see that from this position, but to exaggerate it, it's kind of like riding down the road. See the handlebars? Like that. Your one arm is way out, and then the other arm nice and close to you. Something definitely weird with the steering. The tires won't stay inflated. Yeah, I know. A lot of these are just things, yeah, we could fix all that stuff and still make it look as nice as it is, but a kick-started cafe racer? Come on, that's pretty cool. Let's move on to the bike number 2. We'll do the sky shot so we can kind of do the reveal here. What do you think of the day we're having? You know, flags are waving. Well, if you are new here, just saw, there she is coming in focus. That's how we started this whole thing. A 1980 Suzuki GS850 cafe racer, obviously. A lot of things we built here. We did a little bit of this, a little custom exhaust, new handlebars. That's really it. We still got the original seat. She can still go back on here. Don't know if I have the original bars anymore. I should, because I don't really ever get rid of anything. Then we could practically put this back to the way it was. Again, this bike I think had about 7,500 miles on it when we got it. We didn't ride it at all last year because it's got a little bit of an electrical issue going on. You know, it happens. But we got another new battery. Stuck that in. We did a little bit of ripping all the electrical stuff out, checked out the rectifier. It looks to be fine. We cleaned all the points, put it all back together. Seems to be charging. We start her up. I haven't started this today, I promise. So she might sound a bit rough. I love how this like smells coming off the choke. Yeah. I like it a lot. That's my baby. We probably won't ever get rid of this one. You know, I have a problem with buying bikes and selling bikes, but I like to enjoy them. And that brings us to our next one. Hopefully I was in most of that shot. You know, pretending this is the live. Not that we're gonna start doing lives, but doing lives is tricky stuff. You're so like antsy the whole time, wondering if you're moving around right, not stumbling on your words. But here we go in this one. Sky shot. We'll bring her in nice and low. Boom. I forgot my stand. Here we go. We'll do a walk around and we'll put this camera, set it up on the other side. But that there is a 1995 Suzuki Intruder. Let's see if we can get it in its own shot. And get out of the picture, GS850. Well, shoot. Staggered my bikes in a little. That'll be fine. He can hide back there. We won't. They're both Suzukis. Okay. Look at that. Intruder 1400 Suzuki in teal. Come on, do you get more 90s than this? This bad boy. You know, I've always had my eye on one of these because of how they stacked the V. Covering up the spark plugs with these fancy, cool chrome covers. I just think that's killer. This one's got custom exhaust, aftermarket exhaust, we'll say. It's not really custom. I think they just slapped on some old Vance and Hines pipes, but she sounds really nice too. Oh, this one, the key's down here, so that's a bit trick. Doesn't even need choke. She's throaty. So the story on this, we used to have a 2008 Yamaha Stratoliner XV 1900. Well, I like that bike a lot. And that's what I mean when I say I'm never getting rid of that one. People are like, sure, we've heard that story before, but we've had that guy since 2019, 2018. I think he's sticking around. But this, we bought with the proceeds from the Stratoliner. And we've got another bike as well, so it's a twofer. We're gonna leave that one for a reveal on its own. And this will do a proper, you know, ride-in review. But anyway, there she is. Very nice. She's not in the best shape, but she's a rider and she's fun. All right, there's Mama coming back from her walk. So we're gonna head back here to the garage and we just have a couple of other housekeeping things to take care of. One is an apology of sorts. Here we go. Yeah, no Clark Kent action. Oh, Mike from acecafebikes is back. Okay, I'm gonna sit here by the old pop machine. Think about how hot and sweaty I got on that little walk. And tell you guys, well, more specifically to Mark over at M Motorcycles. That guy not only is really one of the best painters that I've ever seen, he's the most kindest guy you'll ever meet. I've met him a couple of times. We've had supper together. He's just a really cool dude. Back when we had the Honda CB360, remember we went on that big ride from Louisiana. Again, if you guys are new, and this happens to be the very first video you watch, apologize for the crazy wild adventure that we were on, but you should go back and watch that video. After that, we got it back. We did a little refresh on it, and we used Super Clean to be able to polish her up. Super Clean is gracious enough to say, hey, pick one of your guys, do a game or something like that. and then we'll send him out some product. Well, Mark won that. I've let him know months ago that he won. I just never publicly announced it or told Super Clean to send him the stuff. So this is my announcement to everyone, including you, Mark. That stuff should be on its way as soon as I let Super Clean know, which I'll do later today. Anyway, man, this was a whole lot of fun for me, guys, just kind of walking around talking about other bikes. The fun thing about these bikes is they all run. That is something that's pretty rare sometimes in our shop. What can you say? I'm going to put some quarters in that guy. Well, actually just 1 quarter because it's only 25 cents. And I am going to get something refreshing to drink because I am thirsty. For those of you who think living in Minnesota is all snowballs and skiing, way incorrect. We've got super hot days like we are having one today. It's just now lunchtime. And it's got to be like 1,000% humidity. I think it's really close to about 90, 92 degrees. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's hot. And we're going to leave you guys with this. Refreshing. If you want to send me some of this, feel free.